Hello students, welcome to this year's Amazing Shake. Not just the Amazing Shake, you've already done that. This is the Regional Amazing Shake for 2024 and you're in it. So let's get started. I'm gonna give you some information about this year's event to help prepare you for what's to come. So first thing you need to know is to gather at 7:30 at Ponderosa Elementary School. We will meet you there. Your administrator may choose to meet you at school and take you there themselves, or have your parents drop you off there. Your administrator will work that out with you. At 7:30, we will gather in the gym. We'll talk about some things for the day, even more, give you some more information, give you your scorecards. We'll talk about what we're going to do and a little bit more of the intricacies of the day. But we will leave Ponderosa at 8 o'clock and head out to PAR, Montana. That will be our first stop. Out there, you're gonna need to know some information about conservation, specifically land conservation. Why do people go through this process of conserving land? What does it mean to conserve land? You're gonna need to know that information, not necessarily what PAR does. We will have some things for you specifically about how PAR has conserved land out at their property, but you'll need to know some generals about it. Then from there, we're gonna take you through some different challenges that are there, some communication challenges. You may have some questions and answers about conservation, so be ready for that. That's gonna be important that you are prepared, that you've read the articles we've given you, and you've done a little bit of research on your own too. You have to go above and beyond for this competition. The next thing we're gonna do then when we're done there, and there will be a team challenge there as well. And then we'll be done there by 10:15 or 10:30. From there, we're gonna head to lunch. Lunch is a formal dining experience. We're gonna go to the granary. They have been nice enough to host us again this year, so you will need to make sure that you know your table etiquette. I'm going to include another video that's done by Mr. Ron Clark himself about table etiquette and manners. Be sure to watch that. Your judges during that competition will be watching how you hold your fork, where you place your utensils when you're done, what you do with your napkin, all those things about eating at a nice restaurant. So make sure you're aware of that and you're ready and you're prepared. From there, we're gonna head down to Nonstop Local. So at Nonstop Local, we're gonna flip the script on you and you are going to become the interviewer and we will give you somebody to interview. You need to figure out what the questions are going to be. You need to figure out how you're gonna flow with that interview. We're not gonna tell you anything about the person, just that you're gonna have to interview somebody. So you're gonna have to figure out the questions, how you're gonna let that flow. That's the trickiest part about it, is sometimes you may have some questions that you want to ask the person, but you also have to go where the conversation leads. That's a big part of this Amazing Shake, whether you're doing the Work the Room competition, whether you're going in and shaking hands for people, you have to take the conversation wherever it may lead you. So this is gonna really challenge you on that part, and you're gonna be doing it on TV. So lights, camera, action, interview somebody. It should take probably at least 1 minute to 3 minutes to do the interview. So make sure you have some questions. You may get a little tidbit as to who that interview person may be, or who you're going to be interviewing may be, but I'm not gonna tell you quite yet. So just be thinking or looking for interview style questions and practicing how you might do that, how you might introduce a person, what the first question might be. You just have to have some open ideas regardless of who that person is. So we're gonna spend about 1 hour there as the 9 of you get on camera and do that for about 2 or 3 minutes. And then from there, we're gonna shift gears and head over to Ponderosa Elementary School. Back at Ponderosa, this is gonna be the quickest, most challenging portion of your day. At Ponderosa, when we enter, you're gonna walk down the red carpet, go into their commons area, and start doing a Work the Room experience. If you haven't done that at your school yet, talk to your school principal about it or listen carefully to this. When you go in, you're gonna be in front of 10 to 15 business and community leaders. Your task is to get to know them very quickly and leave a lasting impression and then move on. You've got to try to get to as many people as you can within that 15 minutes. You're only gonna have 15 minutes, or maybe 20 minutes, I'm sorry. It's gonna be fairly quick. So you've got to really work the room and get through it. Now there's a strategy involved. Do you spend more time with each person to try to get better scores? Or do you try to get to everybody to get more scores? Because remember, at the end of the day, it is a sum of all the scores you've received throughout this competition. So you have to figure that one out. The next part of that is we will have you come out of that space we will quickly set up for what we call the gauntlet. The gauntlet is going to be a series of challenges where you may have to sell something, you may have to answer an interview style question on the fly, you may have to play a game. It's going to be all kinds of things that you're going to have to do, and you got to think quick. That will be the next half an hour. When the gauntlet is over, then we will split you into 2 groups. There are 9 of you, so we'll have 1 group of 5 and 1 group of 4. Each of those groups will have a chance to sit on stage and go through a panel discussion. You can think of it like a debate because you're going to hear other students' input, thoughts, and ideas. You have to figure out a way to validate or to properly then disagree or defend or to even kind of argue your point to try to make sure that you're heard as well. You also will only have 1 or 2 microphones. So with 5 people, you have to share 2 microphones. That can be tricky. So even how you do that is going to be scored and looked at and judged. So this is a very robust day in how you handle yourself under pressure, table etiquette, manners, just how you carry yourself throughout the day. We're excited to offer this to you. And at the end of the day, we will crown our winner of the 2024 Regional Amazing Shake in Billings, Montana. And the winner will be sent to Atlanta, Georgia on a paid trip with a chaperone, usually one of your parents, to go to the Global Amazing Shake. And we can't wait for you to have that experience as well. So do your homework, study up, know some things that you got to look for, know what conservation is, what it means, and why people might do it. Be ready to ask and answer questions about conservation. Be ready to put yourself out there on screen and be ready to interview somebody and not let any of the jitters and kind of nerves get to you. And then you also have to be ready to think on your feet because you've just got to go with the day and go with what comes your way. And then, of course, table etiquette at the granary is a big part of it. You'll have 3 judges that will join you, and we will kind of play musical chairs. They will go to different students, so they get a chance to meet every student and judge every student as well. So we're excited to take you on this adventure. Monday, April 15th, 7:30, Ponderosa Elementary School. I can't wait to meet you in person. Have a great rest of your week. Getting ready.